Located in Papampare district, Itanagar is the capital of the northeastern state of Arunachal Pradesh. It is situated in the shadow of the Himalayan mountains, with snow-capped peaks to the northeast, and the vast plains of the Brahmaputra river to the south. Due to its mystical appeal and modern attitude, the city attracts tourists from all over the world. The most primitive images of this place can be found in ancient epics, like the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. In historical times, several tribes like the Adi, Nishi, Galo, Miri and Apatni inhabited and ruled the state. The city is also described as Mayapur, the former capital of the Jitri dynasty, founded in the 11th century. The main historical evidence of the region is the Eta fort of that era, which was built by King Ramachandra in the 14th or 15th century. In the 16th century, the Ahom dynasty ruled Itanagar. The tribes occupied the places and forts near Itanagar. The renovation of Itanagar fort was one of the best developments of the Ahom dynasty. The Monpa chiefs ruled the northwestern part of the state. When the tourist spots here were becoming very famous, the British entered Itanagar and ruled by oppressing the local people. After independence, on 20 April 1974, Itanagar was officially declared the provisional capital of Arunachal Pradesh. The name Itanagar comes from the name of the Eta fort. Itanagar is one of the two parts of the state described as the land of hills illuminated by the dawn, the other being Naharlagun. Itanagar is also often called the Orchid Capital. The rich culture, tribal heritage, and centuries-old values are some of the remarkable things to witness. In order to preserve the regional heritage and culture, the state was off limits to tourism till a few years ago. The region is home to English, Apatani, Hindi, Assamese, Nishi, and various indigenous language-speaking communities. The museums in Itanagar depict the diverse ethnic groups of the state through sculptures. Without visiting every corner of the state, tourists can enjoy a glimpse of the cultural heritage of the entire Itanagar. All the vegetables sold and bought in Itanagar are organic. The capital city of Arunachal Pradesh is located in a subtropical climate. Hence it does not experience extreme cold in winters or extreme heat in summers, meaning there are no extreme weather conditions. Zero is a picturesque plateau and the headquarters of the Lower Subansiri district of Arunachal Pradesh. With its vast paddy fields and majestic pine-clad hills, the region is often described as a green paradise. Situated at an altitude of about 1,500 meters, this quaint hilly area is primarily home to the Apatni tribe. The Apatni tribe of Arunachal is a unique and rare tribe, who are not nomadic in nature. They cultivate in the wetlands and are famous for their facial tattoos. This practice has recently ceased. The Apatni tribe celebrates the Muring festival in January and the Mayoko festival in March. The Dree festival is also held every year from July 4 to 7, where the Apatni people sacrifice animals to the gods. They believe that with this offering, gods will be pleased and the region will not face famine. Agriculture is carried out in the region from February to October. A few kilometers from the town of Jhiro, there is a famous Shivalinga, which attracts a large number of devotees every day. Places like Zeroputu, Pachiputu, Kalipakho, etc. are beautiful hill stations from which the entire Jhiro valley can be seen. The flora and fauna here ranges from subtropical forests to silver cedar trees, as well as various types of ferns, bamboos, orchids and rhododendrons. Jhiro's unique cultural landscape, the harmonious coexistence of the Apatanis with nature, and vibrant festivals like Dree and Mayoko have selected Jhiro for declaration as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Jhiro has various hotels, resorts and homestay, which attract visitors in terms of accommodation and activities. Jhiro's climate remains mild throughout the year, making it easy to travel. The scenic town of Daporijo is located in the Upper Subansiri district of the northeastern state of Arunachal Pradesh. Situated at an altitude of about 600 meters above sea level, the town is known for its rich flora, fauna, and ethnic diversity. Daporijo is home to various tribal communities in the region, and the culture here is a unique blend of the own cultures and traditions of different tribal groups. The tribal handicrafts and artifacts made by the local people are quite colorful and unique, giving the place its own identity. Bamboo handicrafts and colorful clothes make great souvenirs to take home as gifts and are easily available in the local markets. The main occupations of the people of the town, especially the women, are weaving, handicrafts, animal husbandry, and to a lesser extent, agriculture. The town is known as an ideal place for trekking and nature walks. There are several beautiful trekking routes, which are popular for trekking expeditions and are the best way to explore the natural splendor of the town and the surrounding landscape. The Subansiri River, located near the city, is suitable for adventures like rafting and fishing. The beautiful Meghna Cave Temple, dedicated to Lord Shiva, is a popular tourist attraction. There are several scenic spots near the city, a few hill caves, and beautiful villages, which are suitable for day trips from Daporijo. The tribal villages around the city, such as Raga, Tamin, and Mori, are suitable for witnessing and experiencing the tribal life of the region. Daporijo is full of lush greenery and a variety of flora and fauna. The winter months, especially October and November, are considered the ideal time to visit this place, as the weather during this time is pleasant and suitable for sightseeing and trekking. Alo, formerly known as Along, is a charming town and the administrative headquarters of West Siang district in Arunachal Pradesh. The area is located at the confluence of the Sipo and Siam rivers. Nestled amidst a mesmerizing landscape of green hills, orange groves, and sprawling millet fields, Alo offers a tranquil and vibrant getaway. It is primarily inhabited by the hospitable Galo tribe, whose vibrant culture, belief in Doni Polo or sun and moon worship, and important festivals like Mopan define the town. Beyond its cultural richness, Alo is an adventure hub, offering opportunities for thrilling river rafting on the Siam River, trekking through the surrounding natural scenery, and exploring traditional cane and bamboo suspension bridges, like the impressive Patam Bridge. Major attractions include the Ramakrishna Mission Campus, the Doni Polo Temple, and nearby villages like Darka and Bagra, which provide an insight into local life. A world untouched by time is the Mechuka Valley. The name Mechuka itself tells the stories of this land. Located at an altitude of 6,000 feet, near the Indo-Tibetan border, in the newly formed Shi Yomi district of Arunachal Pradesh, Mechuka is ideally a peaceful village. The village is often called Mini Switzerland. This charming village is characterized by its enchanting natural beauty, which includes alpine meadows, vast green plains, towering snow-capped mountains, and a dramatic amphitheater of virgin forests. The Sirini Siam River flowing through the valley adds another gem to its beauty. Mechuka is home to various indigenous tribes, mainly the Membas. Apart from this, the Remos, Bokas, and Libos, whose distinct Buddhist culture, colorful wooden houses, flying prayer flags, and ancient traditions add immense charm to the landscape. Apart from the mesmerizing scenery, Mechuka also holds momentous spiritual and historical significance. Natural wonders like the 400-year-old Santain Yongcha Monastery perched atop a hill, Gurudwara Guru Nanak Tapasthan, Siko Dido waterfalls, and the Hanuman Point rock formations make this region an ideal destination for unconventional adventure, cultural immersion, and deep tranquility amidst the untouched Himalayan majesty. Established in 1911, Pasighat is the oldest city in Arunachal Pradesh and the headquarters of East Siang district. The city is situated at an altitude of 155 meters above sea level and is known as the gateway to Arunachal Pradesh. The city is named after the Pasi tribe. Pasighat is a small town with hot and humid summers and mild winters, making winter the best time to visit. The mighty Brahmaputra River, also known as the Siang River in Arunachal Pradesh, flows through the city from Tibet. The place is also attractive to photographers due to its abundance of natural scenery. The British founded Pasighat to facilitate the administration of the Greater Abor Hills. The area was established as an administrative center in 1911, and during the colonial era, it played a significant role as an entry point to Arunachal Pradesh and an important point of trade. It also became a settlement for the Pasi and Minyang communities, who still live in its villages. The small town celebrated its 100th anniversary in 2011. The Anglo-Boer War of 1912 created the jurisdiction of Pasighat. The creation of Pasighat resulted in the establishment of the first administrative headquarters at this place. An air base was established at Pasighat near Paglek in 1946. After independence, the first Agricultural Institute of Arunachal Pradesh was established at Pasighat in 1950. The main occupation of the local people of Pasighat is agriculture, and the main food crop grown here is paddy. There are also several large tea gardens in the city limits, which help in the livelihood of the workers of the entire region. Timber cutting was also a major industry of the city in the 1990s. Agriculture, horticulture, and tourism are the main parts of the economy of the city. Today, the town is mainly inhabited by Adi tribes, whose vibrant culture, traditional bamboo and thatch houses, and unique festivals like Solung and Ito are an integral part of its charm. The Adi also has many divisions, such as Miniong, Karkos, Bomda, Janbaz, and Pagas. Pasighat serves as a major destination for adventure, offering opportunities for whitewater rafting, fishing, and boating on the Siang River, as well as thrilling sports like trekking and hiking in the nearby hills. Major attractions include the Dai Ngoing Wildlife Sanctuary, the Pasighat Buddhist Temple, the Siang River Bridge, and the College of Horticulture and Forestry, making Pasighat a blend of natural beauty, cultural heritage, and educational pursuits. It is worth mentioning that the Dai Ngoing Wildlife Sanctuary and Pangin are the most popular tourist destinations in the town. The Dai Ngoing Wildlife Sanctuary is the confluence of the Brahmaputra with the Dihang and Lohit rivers. Pangin is located 60 km from Pasighat and is the confluence of the Siam and Siang rivers. Pasighat is connected to other states of India by rail, road and air. Roing, the district headquarters of the lower Dibang Valley of Arunachal Pradesh, serves as the last major town on the northeastern border of India. Roing is the smallest of the 15 districts of the state. Before 1914, the district was part of Lakshmipur district. In 1919, the central and eastern parts were renamed the Sadia Frontier Tract. Later, in 1948, the remaining areas of the Sadia Frontier Tract, under the control of the Northeast Frontier Tracts, were divided into two districts, Abor Pahar and Mishmi Pahar. Over time, in 1951, the plains of Mishmi Pahar district, under the control of the Northeast Frontier Tract, were transferred to the administrative jurisdiction of the government of Assam. In 1954, the Mishmi Pahar district, under the control of the Northeast Frontier Tract, was renamed the Lohit Frontier Division. In June 1980, under the Arunachal Pradesh Act, Lohit district was divided into two parts, one Lohit district and the other Dibang Valley district. The town of Roing is a unique blend of natural beauty, ancient history, and vibrant tribal culture. Situated at the foothills of the Mishmi Hills, Roing boasts a diverse range of scenic beauty, from lush green plains suitable for farming to dramatic snow-capped mountains, and is traversed by the mighty Dibang River. The town is a commercial hub for the entire Dibang Valley region and is home to the Adi and Edu Mishmi tribes. Their rich cultural heritage is reflected in festivals like Solung and Rey, which showcase their unique traditions and colorful costumes. Beyond its cultural attractions, Roing is a treasure trove for nature lovers and history buffs, with the Mehau Wildlife Sanctuary, the sanctuaries Sirini Mehau Lake and Sally Lake, the 12th century archaeological marvel of Bishmoknagar Fort, built of burnt earth, the snow-capped Mayudia Pass, which is enchanting in winter, and the tranquil Ife Pani Ghat on the Dibang River, which is a perfect spot for fishing and other water sports. Hanli is a small town in the lower Dibang Valley district of Arunachal Pradesh. The town is located on the banks of the Brahmaputra River and is surrounded by beautiful hills and dense forests. Hanli is known for its natural beauty, cultural richness, and adventurous activities. One of the main attractions of Hanli is the beautiful Brahmaputra River that flows through the town, which offers visitors the opportunity to go on boating, rafting, and fishing. The river is an important source of livelihood for the local people, mainly fishermen. Hanli is also known for its rich cultural heritage. Several tribal communities live in the town and their unique customs, traditions, and festivals attract tourists. Visitors can visit the local markets, interact with the local people, and learn about the rich cultural heritage of the region. Hanli is also known for trekking, hiking, and camping. The surrounding hills and forests are home to a variety of flora and fauna, making this area an ideal destination of nature lovers. Hanli is a popular base camp for exploring the Mehau Wildlife Sanctuary near the city. The sanctuary is home to a variety of wildlife, including elephants, tigers, and leopards. Another major attraction in Hanli is the sacred cave temple of Kupali, which is an important place of worship for the local tribes. Among other popular attractions is the Mayudia Pass, which is located at an altitude of 2,655 meters above sea level. The pass offers breathtaking views of the surrounding mountains and valleys, and is a popular destination for trekking and hiking enthusiasts. Teju, the administrative headquarters of Lohit district in Arunachal Pradesh, is a vibrant and historically significant town, nestled amidst the majestic Mishmi Hills, rising to a height of about 600 feet, and on the banks of the Lohit River, one of the major tributaries of the Brahmaputra. Known for its diverse cultural blend, Teju is a home to tribes like the Mishmi, Khamati, Digaru and Mizu. The ancient heritage of the Mishmi is believed to date back to the Mahabharata era, and even Lord Krishna's first queen, Rukmini, is claimed to be their descendant. Teju is still inhabited by a king and queen of the Mishmi tribes. The city serves as a gateway to several natural and spiritual wonders, including the holy Parashuram Kund, an important Hindu pilgrimage site, where devotees bathe to cleanse themselves, especially during Makar Sankranti, and the Serene Glow Lake, an ideal place for trekking and exploring the Himalayan flora and fauna. Teju's strategic location makes it a logistical hub for the nearby Ennore district, and offers tourists the opportunity to enjoy adventures such as trekking, hiking, river rafting and fishing on the Lohit River. The remote distant village Dong offers the unique experience of witnessing India's first sunrise. Namsai in Arunachal Pradesh, a golden province of peace, is like a dreamland holding the light of the eastern horizon in its hutch. Nature speaks here in a soft voice, and when the wind blows, it seems as if an invisible musician has played the tune of a flute. The slow-moving water of the Lohit River deepens the beauty of this land, as if time also moves a little slower here. Mornings in Namsai are like the moment when the doors of a colorful painting open. When the fog gradually thins, golden rice fields are visible, shady greenery in the gaps between bamboo groves, and fragments of clouds on the distant mountains with the morning sun. Walking along the village paths, one can hear the chirping of birds, and the smell of the earth invites someone to a simple yet peaceful day. The heart of this region is undoubtedly the magnificent Kanzai Srimaitod Pagoda, one of the largest Buddhist pagodas in India. The golden domes shimmer in the sunlight, as if a temple of peace wants to touch the sky. The chanting of monks, the soft light of lit lamps, and the smoke of fragrant incense combine to create a deep spiritual atmosphere, where just standing there feels like one's mind is becoming clear. The people of Namsai are as soft as this land, welcoming guests with a smile. Therefore, the traditions of the Khamati people, colorful clothes, wood carvings, and folk tales, color the life of this region. On festival days, the sound of drums, the rhythm of dance, and the rows of lanterns floating in the sky make Namsai a living poem. When evening falls, golden darkness spreads on both banks of the Lohit River. The reflection of the moon trembles in the river water, the call of distant crickets makes the night even more silent. That silence touches the heart. Standing here, it seems that the world is still beautiful, still peaceful, still true. Namsai is not just a city, it is a peaceful dream, a gentle poem written on nature, where the traveler returns and carries its
Joy.